Women in the military are dying by suicide at an alarming rate. That is according to a new report from the nonprofit organization Disabled American Veterans. It found between 2020 to 2021, the suicide rate among women veterans jumped 24%. That is 4 times higher than male veterans, for perspective, and vastly higher than their civilian counterparts. Naomi Mathis, an Air Force veteran and the Assistant National Legislative Director for DAV, is joining us via Zoom this morning. Good morning. Thanks for being with us. Can you hear me? Naomi, can you hear me?
Yes,
So
I can hear you.
Great. So sadly, we hear a lot about veteran suicide. Would you explain more about what specifically we're learning about women veterans and suicide?
Sure. DAV's new report, Women Veterans, The Journey to Mental Wellness. It's a comprehensive look at the risk factors contributing to the staggering suicide rate among women veterans and how the VA can do better. It identifies gaps in care and offers more than 50 legislative and policy recommendations that can be implemented to save women's lives. From our research, we found that women veterans are at high risk for suicide. For things like because of contributing factors, for things like military sexual trauma.
And I want to talk a little bit about the recommendations. And you touched on this a little bit. I mean, are there specifically unique factors associated with women veterans that essentially expose them to these feelings where they're at risk of suicide?
Yes. So there are unique risk factors that are associated with women veterans, such as, like I said, military sexual trauma, which is inclusive of sexual harassment, sexual assault while serving in the military. There are other things such as intimate partner violence, substance use disorder, and mental health issues associated with reproductive health. You layer that on top of things like their exposure to combat and combat-related PTSD, and it really does become the perfect storm.
Well, it sounds then that there is certainly a hesitancy and a fear, perhaps, on their part to report what's happening to them, but also, is there a gap in resources available to them so that they can work through some of these issues?
Yeah, so overall, DAV did find gaps in access, in training for community care providers, suicide prevention efforts, to include gender-tailored care. And those gaps, they are inclusive of things like their VA has an innovative model, predictive model, sort of an AI, and the algorithm uses males as the baseline normative, and it does not include things like military sexual trauma. So in our 50 policy recommendations, one of them is that they must fix that algorithm to include all of these unique factors for women veterans. And definitely MST, or military sexual trauma, should be a pillar of all suicide prevention efforts, but surely in the VA's predictive model.
So I wish we had time to talk about every single one of the 50 recommendations. Are there any, though, that can be implemented right now or very quickly to help immediately women veterans who are at a risk of suicide?
Sure, there are things. One of the things that can really be implemented quite quickly is to have a 3-digit number similar to 988 that connects to the national, 988, which connects to the national suicide hotline, but a 3-digit number that connects to the national domestic hotline. That's something that we feel can be implemented right now to help women veterans that are dealing with intimate partner violence.
Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran and the Assistant Legislative Director for DAV, joining us this morning. Eye-opening information about women serving in the military. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much. To learn more, they can go to womenveterans.org.
We'll be right back.